What does God say about Sabbath keeping in the Ten Commandments, which He wrote with His own finger, I might add? Exodus 20, verse 8. This is part, oh, by the way, it's not the 10 recommendations. They're not the 10 good ideas. It's the 10 commandments. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. The Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Now notice, God on the Sabbath day, He rested, He blessed, and He sanctified the seventh day. One time the word holy appears in the Ten Commandments. It's in the middle of the law. It's the longest of the Ten Commandments. It's the one that begins with the word remember, and it's the Sabbath commandment, and yet it is one that is largely being neglected by professed Christians the world over. Does God care? Yes. He cared enough to speak it with His voice and write it with His finger in the presence of a whole nation. And Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Some people say, well, but they weren't really expected to keep the Sabbath as a Sabbath day until they got to Mount Sinai. Wrong, the Bible doesn't teach that. For instance, when the children of Israel first came out of Egypt, before they get to Mount Sinai, God rains manna down from heaven. You remember that experience? And Moses said, eat that today, for today is a Sabbath. They gathered twice as much on Friday. For today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today you shall not find it in the field. God worked a miracle the whole time they were in the wilderness where He rained manna down from heaven 6 days a week. They'd get twice as much on Friday, and He would not rain manna on the Sabbath. Now, that's in Exodus chapter 16. And He's telling them that the Sabbath is His commandment. He uses that phrase in His law before they get to Mount Sinai. Yeah, the children of Israel had forgotten about it, or it had been neglected.